One of the most amazing natural phenomena in North America is the annual migration of the monarch butterfly. Every year, millions of these orange and black insects fly thousands of miles from their summer breeding grounds in the United States and Canada to their wintering sites in Mexico and California. There, they cluster together in dense masses on the branches of trees, creating a spectacular sight for visitors and locals alike. But this incredible journey is now in peril. The migratory monarch butterfly, a subspecies of the monarch butterfly, has been declared endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, the global leading authority on the status of biological diversity. This means that the monarch is facing a very high risk of extinction in the wild. According to the IUCN, the migratory monarch population has declined by more than 80% over the past 3 decades. The main threats to its survival are habitat loss, pesticide use, climate change, and disease. Habitat loss affects the monarch at every stage of its life cycle. In the United States, the widespread use of herbicides has reduced the availability of milkweed plants, which are the only food source for monarch caterpillars. In Mexico, logging and forest degradation have reduced the quality and extent of the overwintering habitat, where monarchs need a specific microclimate to survive. In California, urban development and unsuitable management have also impacted the overwintering groves. Pesticide use poses another threat to the monarch, as it can directly kill or harm the butterflies or their food plants. Some pesticides can also affect the monarch's ability to navigate and orient during migration. Climate change is also a major challenge for the monarch, as it can alter the timing and patterns of its migration, affect the availability and distribution of its host plants and nectar sources, increase the frequency and intensity of droughts, storms, and heat waves, and exacerbate the spread of parasites and diseases. Disease is another factor that can reduce the monarch's survival and reproduction. Monarchs can be infected by a protozoan parasite called Ophrocystis electrocera, OE, which can cause deformities, reduced lifespan, and lower reproductive success. OE can be transmitted from infected adults to their offspring through spores that contaminate the eggs or milkweed leaves. These threats are not insurmountable, however. There are many conservation efforts underway to protect and restore the monarch's habitat, reduce pesticide use, monitor its population status, and raise awareness among the public. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has also determined that listing the monarch under the Endangered Species Act is warranted but precluded at this time by higher priority listing actions. This means that the monarch is a candidate for listing and will be reviewed annually until a proposal is developed. The migratory monarch butterfly is an iconic symbol of nature's beauty and resilience. It is also an indicator of the health of our ecosystems and our planet. By saving the monarch, we are also saving ourselves. Monarch butterflies are amazing creatures that migrate thousands of miles across North America every year. But they are also facing a serious threat of extinction due to habitat loss, climate change, pesticides, and diseases. In this video, we will explore how people can help conserve and restore the monarch butterfly habitat and migration by planting milkweed, avoiding pesticides, and supporting conservation efforts. Milkweed is the only plant that monarch caterpillars can eat, and it also provides nectar for adult butterflies. Without milkweed, there would be no monarchs. Unfortunately, milkweed has been disappearing from the landscape due to urban development, agricultural expansion, and herbicide use. That's why planting milkweed in your garden, backyard, or community space is one of the best ways to help monarchs. You can find native milkweed seeds or plants from local nurseries or online sources, and make sure to choose varieties that are suitable for your region and climate. You can also join or start a local milkweed project to increase the availability and diversity of milkweed in your area. Another way to help monarchs is to avoid using pesticides that can harm them or their food sources. Pesticides can kill or weaken monarchs directly, or reduce the quality and quantity of milkweed and other flowering plants that they need. If you have a pest problem in your garden or lawn, try using natural or organic methods to control it, such as hand-picking, traps, barriers, or beneficial insects. You can also choose plants that are resistant to pests and diseases, and practice crop rotation and companion planting to prevent pest outbreaks. Finally, you can support conservation efforts that are working to protect and restore monarch habitats and migration across North America. There are many organizations and agencies that are involved in monarch conservation, such as the Xerces Society, the Monarch Joint Venture, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, the Forest Service, and the National Commission of Natural Protected Areas in Mexico. You can donate money or time to these groups or participate in their programs and activities. For example, you can join a community science project to monitor monarch populations and habitats, such as the Western Monarch Thanksgiving Count or the Western Monarch Milkweed Mapper. You could also advocate for policies and actions that support monarch conservation at local, state, national, and international levels. By planting milkweed, avoiding pesticides, and supporting conservation efforts, you can make a difference for the survival of the monarch butterfly and its incredible migration. Together, we can save our monarchs and ensure that future generations can enjoy their beauty and wonder.